Good day. It's February the 14th, 2012. This is Andy Woodburn. I'm calling to you from the Station House coffee shop. As you can see, I'm surrounded by beautiful art, and all that art is for sale. All you have to do is come down to the coffee shop on 5 Wadsworth Street. What am I talking about today? Well, this is a little addition to the normal program that I do on As It Happens. As It Happens, which is Inside Brent. We dealt with 4 topics today. The budget, which was passed automatically, as we predicted. The attempted coup against the chairman of the Finance Committee, which semi-successful. The water situation regarding the Chapel of the Mohawks, which unbelievably that they'd be wasting so much time in such a small issue, which probably occurred in the 80s and has been going on ever since then. The changes that were made at that time because of Queen Elizabeth's visit, like 30 years ago, included putting some water into the Chapel of the Mohawks, clean water that perhaps in case the Queen wanted to have a drink or whatever. But it was done 30 years ago in a time of great friendliness between the Grand River Conservation Authority and the Six Nations. At the Grand River Conservation area, you had a politician named Jim Brower and an incredibly smart general manager named Matt Coots. The two of them worked as a great team. And we were fortunate at that time. We had a great Indian leader, Wellington Stats. And between them, they made whatever land changes were necessary, whatever improvements were necessary to make the Chapel of the Mohawks the beautiful, beautiful place it is today. And I think it was a little unseemly of City Council to be getting into an argument about whether they're getting $50 a year worth of water for free. So, we dealt with that. 2 of the items we did not deal with specifically were the problem in Ward 4 with trains going through the area late at night and sounding their whistles at all the crossings, disturbing the sleep of a lot of the residents out there. There was a delegation. The delegation was very intelligent, very articulate, expressed their concern. The 2 ward councillors are working on it, and hopefully they'll come up with a reasonable solution. The other thing that I found interesting was the pigeon bylaw. One pigeon fancier, just one, wasn't following the rules and regulations, and so City Council or the staff reacted to it with cement boots. They just came crashing down on the associations. Now, there are 2 associations. One of the presidents of one of the associations, Brantford Council, very credible, intelligent guy, and he explained that they had kicked the one individual who was misbehaving out of the association. That person cleaned up their act subsequently, so the problem disappeared. But City Hall, being behind the times, came in with these regulations. Now, one of the gentlemen who spoke was Kirk Pappert, who probably was the best fullback ever, saying the old St. Joe's High School, a real gentleman off the field, but a tank on the field. And he spoke with calmness, reasonableness, and intelligence. And City Council should listen to people like that. I hope that they won't be as heavy-handed as they seemed to be last night. Newman made a good point when he said we should show some compassion and not load everybody up with rules and regulations that are onerous simply because of one person who has since cleaned up his act. So the problem has disappeared, but the regulations last forever. So, since this is our first telecast for YouTube, I just wanted to say thank you. Mention once again that this station, your station, is the station for the Brantford train population. All the art you see in the background is for sale. And if you're interested, come on down, just look at it. In the meantime, I'm going to say have a great, great day today.
Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's